Hey everyone, welcome back to the South Metro Scoop. My name is Brady, and today I'm going to share with you some new businesses that have opened around the South Metro. So, this is going to be covering Apple Valley, Lakeville, Farmington, Rosemount, and Hastings. So, you're going to want to stick around for this episode because your dining and shopping landscape is changing in some incredible ways. And if we don't have your city in here, feel free to shoot us an email or message us on any social platform if you're looking for information about your city because we'd be happy to do another episode on it. But for those five specific cities, make sure to check out the show notes for timestamps as well if you want to find just your specific city. Or if you want to listen to them all, feel free and go ahead and do that. Essentially, we're going to take a tour through all the new businesses that have opened or are opening soon in these communities, and I gotta tell you, the variety is amazing. From authentic French bakeries to multi concept food halls, from specialized medical practices to unique fitness concepts, there's something for everyone. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's explore what's new in your neighborhood. Let's start with Apple Valley, which honestly feels like it's having a culinary renaissance right now. First up, we got Tono Pizzeria and Cheesesteaks, which opened back in March at 7394 153rd Street West. Now, this is the ninth Twin Cities location for this local chain, and if you haven't tried them out yet, you're missing out. What makes Tono special is their approach to pizza. They do both tavern style thin crust and Detroit style deep dish, and here's the kicker, both are served in square cuts, and that's the local touch that makes them feel authentic rather than just another chain restaurant. But the real story that caught my attention is Spice Village that opened in July at the Times Square Shopping Center in what used to be the TCF Bank space. And what makes this place special is that it's run by five Indian women entrepreneurs, and they've created something completely unique. It's both a restaurant and a full grocery store, so you can sit down for an authentic Indian cuisine, or you can shop for traditional spices and ingredients and even custom cut meals. This is what we kind of needed in Apple Valley, one of those businesses that serve multiple needs in one location. Then there's Café de Paris, which opened in August at 15322 Galaxy Avenue. Look, I don't know about you, but finding authentic French pastries in the suburbs has been a challenge, and this place does fresh baked croissants, pain au chocolat, house baked breads, the whole nine yards. I apologize if I just absolutely butchered that, but for what I'm hearing, they've nailed the ambience too. It's like stepping into a little piece of Paris right here in Apple Valley. There's also Revolve Hall, which is a multi-concept food hall with five different dining options under one roof. You got Curious Coffee and Conservatory for your morning fix, ice cold tacos, square cut pizza, Minnesota Burger Company, and something called The Wanderer. And this is great for the families where everyone wants something different, or for those times when you can't decide what you're in the mood for. For your retail therapy folks, Nordstrom Rack is also opening at Fisher Marketplace in the old Bed Bath & Beyond space. So 30,000 square feet of discounted designer everything, and that's a major win for the area rather than another restaurant. Moving south to Lakeville, we're seeing an interesting mix of healthcare expansion and hospitality growth. On the food front, Sala Thai Kitchen opened this spring at 17671 Glasgow Avenue in the Crossroads Shopping Center, kind of over by Cub and Caribou. And it's owned by a local entrepreneur, Cherry Nyang, and her husband, and they're filling what was honestly a pretty big gap in Lakeville's dining scene. If you've been driving to other cities for good Thai food, those days are over. But what's really impressive about Lakeville is their healthcare expansion happening. Tureen Dermatology opened in May at 17305 Cedar Avenue, offering both dermatology and cosmetic treatments. Then in June, Midwest Ear, Nose, and Throat Specialists opened at 11020 161st Street West, providing allergy, asthma, hearing care, even facial plastic procedures. What this tells me is that Lakeville is becoming a regional healthcare hub instead of having to drive into the cities or to Burnsville for specialty care. Residents can access those services closer to home. And that's a great, huge quality of life improvement, especially for Lakeville's growth recently. There's also been some refreshing happening with existing businesses. So Board and Brush on Holyoke Avenue got new ownership and had a new ribbon cutting in June. And Franson Bank and Trust completed a major remodel of their branch on 161st Street West. These kinds of reinvestments show that the businesses are confident in Lakeville's future, and not to mention Donut Star 2, which is under new ownership in Lakeville by Tapestry Coffee. Farmington is having its own renaissance, particularly when it comes to entertainment and dining. So Chill Ice Cream Studio opened in April at 115 Elm Street, and this place sounds like genius. It's an ice cream shop combined with a retro arcade, over 20 flavors of ice cream plus classic arcade games. If you've got kids, or honestly, if you're just looking to feel like a kid again, this is your spot. Then there's Bourbon Butcher at 20700 Chippendale Avenue, which is bringing some serious gastropub energy to Farmington. We're talking about house smoked meats, flame grilled burgers, and what they claim is one of the area's largest bourbon selections. They're doing live music events and weekend brunch too, so it's positioning itself more than just a restaurant, it's a destination. Lighthouse Cafe opened in August and is taking a completely different approach. It's all about homemade comfort food and community connection. Sometimes you want the exciting gastropub experience, and sometimes you just want a place that feels like home, and now Farmington has both covered. Rosemount is seeing some significant developments that are going to change the character of the community. Sweet Needs Bakery and Coffee is opening their second location there, and here's what's interesting. They're partnering with First State Bank of Rosemount to create this unique bake and bakery concept. And I've honestly never heard anything quite like this, but it kind of makes sense. You grab your coffee in the morning and pastry while taking care of your banking. It's efficient and community focused. Beirut Lebanese Street Food and Catering opened this year at 14873 Robert Trail South, continuing a family tradition of their previous West St. Paul location. They're focusing on fast casual counter service and catering, which suggests that they've turned into what busy families need. The big news is that both Lifetime Athletic Club and Planet Fitness are opening locations in Rosemount. Lifetime is bringing their premium experience with indoor and outdoor pools, pickleball courts, spa services, the works. Not to mention they don't have a basketball court. I just thought I'd throw that one in there. And it's opening near Akron Avenue and Highway 42. Meanwhile, Planet Fitness just had their grand opening on September 27th at 3400 150th Street. So it's a 19,000 square foot with over 64 cardio machines and memberships starting at just $15 a month, as you've probably been advertised to, like I have. So having a both premium and a budget-friendly fitness option gives residents a real choice, whether it's exactly having both a premium and a budget-friendly fitness option gives residents a real choice, which is exactly what you need to see in a growing community. But even bigger news, Meta, the parent company of Facebook, is working on building that $80 million data center in Rosemount that's expected to open by July 2026. And it's a massive investment that'll bring jobs, infrastructure improvements, and put Rosemount on the map in a whole new way, even though it's not really loved by the Rosemount residents. Finally, let's talk about Hastings, which seems to be really focusing on local, community-centered businesses. Hometown Dairy opened in September at 1700 Vermilion Street, taking over the space from the former Hastings Creamery. They're operated by Produce Plus and are emphasizing local sourcing, so farm fresh milk, eggs, cheese, ice cream, and other deli items. So this is the kind of business that builds community identity. Chuck and Don's Pet Food and Supplies also opened at 1100 Vermilion Street in the Midtown Shopping Center. It's part of a regional chain, but they focus on premium products and community engagement, which is what pet owners really want, expertise and quality. Broadway Pizza opened in May at 909 Vermilion Street. They're a regional brand with 13 locations across the Twin Cities and Rochester, so they understand the local market while bringing proven systems and quality. And I personally had it, and it's pretty good. I recommend that you check it out. The healthcare story in Hastings is Integrated Body Center, which is opening over 8,000 square feet of space for integrative health services. Think physical therapy, chiropractic service, or care rather than service, wellness services, and their grand opening is on October 3rd, and this represents a major investment in holistic healthcare for the community. So, what's the big picture here? Looking at all these new businesses across the South Metro, I see several encouraging trends. First, there's a clear focus on quality food experiences, whether it's the French bakery in Apple Valley, the Indian restaurant and grocery concept, or the family-run Lebanese restaurant in Rosemount. People are choosing real, authentic experiences over generic chain options. Secondly, healthcare is becoming more accessible instead of having to drive into the cities for specialty care. These communities are building their own healthcare infrastructure, and that's a huge quality of life improvement. Third, fitness and wellness options are expanding dramatically, from premium clubs like Lifetime to budget-friendly options like Planet Fitness, and even integrative wellness centers. There's options for every budget and approach to health. And fourth, the real emphasis on community building. These aren't just businesses dropping into strip malls, they're designed to create gathering places and serve multiple functions in people's lives. The South Metro is clearly in a growth phase, and it's the kind of thoughtful, community-focused growth that actually improves quality of life rather than just providing more options. Whether you're looking for a new place for date night, trying out better healthcare options closer to home, or just want to support local businesses that are investing in your community, you've got some fantastic new options to explore. And that'll wrap up today's episode. If you found this helpful, I'd appreciate it if you just took 30 seconds to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Those ratings help other people in the community discover the show. And make sure to follow it if you're not already, and share it with your neighbors, because this is exactly the kind of content or local information that makes our community stronger. And hey, if you're trying any of these new places, drop me a line and let me know how it goes. I love hearing about your experiences at these local businesses. But thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.